12th standard economics, monetary economics. Next topic is the supply of money. The supply of money means it's referred to as this giving a circulation. That means the amount of money which is circulated in a given period of time. That means for 1 year, how much of money is circulating, how much of money which is circulating in a 1 year. So that only is determines the price level and the interest rate. இப்போ ஒரு வருஷத்துக்கு எவ்வளோ மணி வந்து சர்க்குலேட் ஆகுது சொசைட்டியில், காமன் பீப்புளில். இப்போ இஃப் இட்ஸ் சர்க்குலேட்டிங் அண்ட் கிவ் பேக் டு த கவர்மெண்ட் அஸ் அ டேக்ஸை திருப்பி வரணும். If it's there only, that decides the price level and the interest rate, bank interest rate increase or decrease, and that only determines. Next we'll go for this money was a currency notes issued by in India is issued by the Reserve Bank of India, that is RBI. Coins are issued by the Ministry of Finance and the Government of India. Both they can issues the coins. Then this symbol of this our Indian symbol money newly launched, that was designed by the D. Udayakumar, IIT Bombay student he was. And it selected in the symbol வந்து யார் selected Union Cabinet, and it was launched, and the symbol வந்து launch in the year வந்து 15th July 2010. So usually in the world America, Britain, Japan, Europe country தான் அந்த symbol இருக்கும். India is the 5th country to accept the unique currency symbol. India தான் அது 5th country-யா ஒரு கரன்சிக்கு ஒரு சிம்பிளை கொடுத்த we are proud to be launching that one. So we'll go for the next determinants of money first. So this determinants of money, the RBI has published some determination to measure that money supply. First one M1. M1 means currency notes. No, RBI issues that coins. Both the Ministry of Finance and Government of India issues that coins, and also demand deposit. Demand deposit, whatever they keep in the banks, each bank, commercial banks, all the banks they keeping all that is what called as the M1 money 1. Money 2 means in money 1 coins, currency, demand deposit, including that one saving deposit in the post office, that will be M2. M3 means M2, what is there? Currency note, coins, demand deposit, and also saving bank in the post office, including time deposit in the cooperative banks, commercial bank, அதுவும் சேர்ந்துடும் M3. M4 means M3 plus total deposit in the post office. அப்போ currency notes, coins, demand deposit in the bank, commercial bank, and also in the post office, all together only will shows the M4. So M1 and M2 is known as a narrow money. M3 and N4 is called as a broad money. So first we will see the determinants of money. Determinants of money can be categorized in the 4 categories. First, current deposit ratio, CDR we can say. So this means a individual public, what we are keeping in the bank, any commercial bank, that is called as a deposit. Whatever the money we are keeping, individual keeping in the bank, யாரெல்லாம் individual citizens இருக்காங்களோ they keep their money, அவங்களுடைய money bankல வந்து deposit-ஆ வச்சிருந்தாங்கன்னா, that is called as a current deposit ratio. Next is a reserve deposit ratio, RDR we can say. So இது வந்து both wallet cash in the bank, that means bankல இருக்கிற மணியும் பேங்க்குக்காக அவங்க ஓன் மணி, பேங்கோட அசட்டுன்னு இருக்கு. இப்போ நம்ம வீடுன்னு எனக்குன்னு ஒரு அசட் இருக்கும்ல, அந்த பூர்வீகம் அப்படி வச்சுட்டு ஒரு அசட், அந்த மாதிரி பேங்க்குக்கு so many years they are running the bank, they will have some asset. So அந்த asset, that is wallet cash in the bank. And also deposit of a commercial bank in the RBI. இந்த பேங்க் வந்து ஆர்பிஐல டெபாசிட் பண்ணியிருக்கணும் ஒரு அமௌண்ட், பர்சன்டேஜ் ஆஃப் அமௌண்ட். ஸோ தட் ஷுட் பி போத் த பேங்க் ஷுட் ஹாவ் அ மணி இன் தேர் ஹேண்டு, அண்ட் ஆல்சோ the bank வந்து RBIல some deposit வச்சிருக்கணும். So that is called as a reserve deposit ratio. Next is a cash reserve ratio. Cash reserve ratio means fraction of deposit bank must keep in their RBI. இப்போ ரிசர்வ் டெபாசிட்னா ரிசர்வ்ல வச்சிருக்கணும். இப்போ ஃப்ராக்ஷன் கேஷ் ரிசர்வ் ரேஷியோனா கம்பல்சரி தே ஹாவ் டு கீப் இன் த RBI. இப்போ if they keep in the RBI only, the RBI can give all the instruction. You will be the member of the RBI. You will be controlled under the RBI. So that fraction of amount should be deposit. Each compulsory they have to deposit in the RBI. That is what a cash reserve ratio. Next is a statutory liquid ratio. So this means a fraction of total deposit and the time deposit in the commercial bank. For a day-to-day activity of their customers, they're giving a withdrawal or a deposit money they have to keep in their bank, no, that amount plus and the demand deposit, whatever they're keeping in their bank, that is called as a statutory liquid ratio. Next is a quantity theory of your money. So this quantity theory of a money explains the relation between the quantity of a money and the value of a money. It has two approaches. First one is a quantity theory of a money, that is a Fisher's transaction approach and the Cambridge cash balance approach. First I will go for the Fisher's quantity approach. This Fisher's is a quantity approach theory of money is the oldest theory. It was first propounded in the 1588 Italian economics Devan Dasset. Next, it was recently popularized by the American economics Irving Fisher. In his book, he published the Purchasing Power of Money in the 1911. And in that book, he gave the equation of exchange. So the formula for that MV is equal to PT. M means money supply, quantity money. V means velocity of money. P means price level. T means volume of a transaction. So what he wanted to say means, in a country during a given period, ஒரு வருஷம் அப்படின்னு நம்ம கணக்கு எடுத்துக்கலாம். During any given period, total quantity of money should equal to the goods and service. இப்போ ஒரு வருஷத்துல இவ்வளோ மணி சப்ளைல விட்டுருக்காங்க, பிரிண்ட் போட்டு. இப்போ 1000 rupees நோட்டு 10,000 நோட்ஸாக கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. இப்போ ஒரு 1000 ரூபாய் நோட்டு வந்து 10,000 பிரிண்ட் பண்ணி கண்ட்ரியில் 1 இயர்க்கு தே ஆர் கிவன் அஸ் சர்க்குலேட்டிங்னா, தட் சர்க்குலேஷன் ஆஃப் மணி அந்த கூட்ஸ் அண்ட் சர்வீஸ் ரெண்டுமே ஈக்குவல் ஆகணும். அப்போ யாரெல்லாம் வாங்குறாங்களோ அவங்க வந்து என்ன பண்ணியிருக்கணும், அந்த மணி அந்த கமாடிட்டி ஈக்குவலாக இருக்கும். இப்போ இண்டிவிஜுவல் வாட் தே டூயிங் இந்த சேலரி நம்ம இண்டிவிஜுவலாக இருந்துச்சுன்னா, ஃபார் 10,000 rupees salary. இப்போ 10,000 rupees salary நான் செலவு பண்ணேன்னா, எக்ஸ்பெண்டிச்சர் இஃப் ஐ டூ மீன்ஸ் இஃப் ஐ பை ஃப்ரிட்ஜ் டிவினா, அப்போ அந்த ஃப்ரிட்ஜ் டிவி வில் டெல் 10,000 rupees. ஓ இது ஈக்குவல் டு 10,000. அதே மாதிரி ஒரு கண்ட்ரிக்கு சப்ளை பண்ணனா, ஒரு 1 இயரில் 1,000 rupees நோட் வந்து 10,000 சர்க்குலேஷனில் விட்டேன்னா, இப்போ அந்த மணி வந்து டேக்ஸாக திரும்பி வந்திருக்கா, கூட்ஸ் அண்ட் சர்வீஸாக வாங்கியிருக்காங்களா, பாட் அண்ட் சோல்டா அப்படின்னு டிசைட் பண்ணும். ஸோ தட்ஸ் வாட் he want to say MB is equal to PT. That means money supply should be equal to the money for a demand. But that equation only won't decide. ஏன்னா some people without expenditure, they will keep that money in the bank as a deposit, demand deposit, that they will keep. அப்போ அந்த கணக்கு அந்த மணி எல்லாம் buying and selling it won't, bought and sold it won't come. So that money cannot be come as a calculation, it won't come. So to avoid that one, he revised one more equation as a PT is equal to MV plus M1 MY. Then PT is equal to MV plus M1 divided by T. So M is a money circulation, V is a velocity of circulation, M1 is a credit money, and the T is a volume of trade. So this can be explained using the diagram. There are two diagrams you can see there, upper A and the B. We'll go for first for a A. See the diagram there. First one, if a money supply, the money supply and the money value, it is there. Two, they have did an x-axis, y-axis. You can see the price level when the quantity of a money is OM, first diagram OM, if it means the price also equal increase, OP increase. Next, if it's doubled from OM அப்படினா then that price also increases in the OP. If it's going four folded extra அப்படின் four folded M4 OM4 னா OP4 க்கு double. So that relationship between that 40-degree line it goes OP is equal to F of M, function of money is the 45-degree. It's going to keep on increasing. As the price increases, money value keep on increasing. But in the second diagram, you can say it has a vertical axis, sloping down axis is there. Here you can see the quantity of money value and the price value. See here, if a money value increases from OM, value of money will increase, go OI, OP in the it increase, keep on increasing, standing first. Second, let's see there, double, if it's doubling a money value doubles from OM to அப்படின்னா அந்த money value should be increases. ஆனால் இங்கே பார்த்தீங்கன்னா it decreasing. அப்போ அந்த circulation of money what the government is giving, நோட் அடிச்சு கொடுக்குறாங்கல்ல circulation சொசைட்டியில் ஒரு வருஷத்துக்கு இவ்வளோ, அது tax ரிட்டர்ன் வரலன்னு மீனிங். Because some people they hide the money, some people save the money means at least interest ஆச்சும் கவர்மெண்ட்டுக்கு வரும். அது ஹைட் பண்ணி பிளாக் மணி ஆயிடுச்சாங்கன்னா இன்ட்ரெஸ்டாகவும் வராது, வேல்யூவாகவும் வராது. அப்போது சர்க்குலேஷன் கொடுத்த மணியோ கூட்ஸ் அண்ட் சர்வீசஸ்க்கு இந்த மணி ஈக்குவல் ஆகாது. அப்போ தான் இந்த டவுன்வர்ட் ஸ்லோப்பு இட் கம் டவுன். So the circulation, the supply of money keep on increasing, but the value of money decreases. இப்போ tax return வந்தாதான் again அடுத்த வருஷத்துக்கு they can print the note. Tax return வரலனா they cannot print the note. அப்போ value of money will decrease. அதனால தான் இந்த slope supply keep on increasing, value of the money keep on decreasing. இப்போ tax return வரலனா they cannot print the next yearக்கு circulationல they cannot print the money. So that's why it is coming down slope curve. So for this the Cambridge approach of cash, this Marshall has given the one more example. See, for he has given the formula M is equal to KPY. M is a quantity of money, Y is the aggregate real income of money, P is a purchasing power of money. So what you want to do, so K is a fraction of a real income. So to do the formula P is equal to M divided by KY. If you do the reciprocal means whatever in the down, that KY will go upward and down it will come MY. M it will come. So the formula will be I divided by P is equal to KY divided by M it will come. So what dividing all this, what he wanted to say means the value of a money influence not only in the M, that means supply of money it not only but also in the K. K means what? Fraction of real income. According to the income தான் உன்னுடைய money supply decide பண்ணு. If you have a more income na, what you'll do, you'll buy everything and you pay the tax. That's what they wanted to tell. So money, that's what the Marshall wanted to tell it as the value of a money influence not only change in the quantity of money but also the change in the K. K represents the fraction of real income. According to income, public desire to hold the money in form of money in their hand, how much they wanted to hold it, how much they wanted to invest it. So that decides the supply of money அப்படின்னு சொல்ற, not only tax ன்னு சொல்ற. Next we'll go for the Keynes. What he has given the equation n is equal to pk or p is equal to n divided by k. K is the total supply of money, p is the general price level of consumption money. So K is the total quantity of people decide to keep in form of cash. இப்போ ஒரு இண்டிவிஜுவலும் எக்ஸ்பென்ஸ் பண்ணாத, காசு செலவு பண்ணாத, காசு கையிலே வச்சுன்னு இருக்காங்களே, that is what the K is. So K is a real balance. K நம்ம K வச்சு Kன்னு அங்கே சிம்பிளைஸ் ஃபார்முலா கொடுத்துருக்காங்களா, அப்போ அந்த மணி அந்த தான் the people wanted to with செலவு பண்ணாமல் இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்ணாத, they wanted to keep in their hand. So Keynes say that it is a desire of a people hold the money in form of a uh, money as a to day activity they wanted to keep in their hand. That only decides the form of a cash. So what you wanted to say, the people decide to hold the money. So the monetary authority unaltered. It cannot be the kaile vechina money how they can decide. So the price level and the value of a money can be stabilized. Stabilize equal. The price level equal pananona. We have to regulate the quantity of money by monetary authority. Upon the monetary authority, they have to decide how much people keeping in their hand, how much they invested, how much their money they spend to buy and sell the product. So they have to decide, the monetary authority has to monitor that one. Then only we can determine or equalize the money supply. You want it. So he has given the equation. Further he has given n is equal to p bracket like k plus r k1 or p is equal to n divided by k, n divided by bracket like k plus r k1. So here n is equal to total money supply, p is equal to price level of consumer, k is equal to people desire hold the money in their hand in terms of a goods or in the terms of a income of them. R is a cash reserve ratio, k is a community total money deposit in the bank in terms of a consumer goods. So what is all about the quantity theory of money and the money supply.